Greetings, guys. I wanted to congratulate DYZ for winning this Doomsday, and I wish a better luck for FBI. This is basically the most anticipated match on the history of State of Survival. It already within 7 hours, it scored 20k views, and this is unusual for them when it comes to matching. But people were really super curious about both of these alliances since they both did manage to gather all the super spenders in one alliances, and both of them wanted to achieve the same result by getting the cup and being the best in a state of survival. Regardless of the achievement, regardless of anyone else's opinion, again, this is my personal opinion, but again, everyone to his own decision, so I'm not here to criticize anyone, but I'm just here to cover up the matches from my own perspective and say and check exactly what went wrong on both of the teams. From my own perspective only, obviously there might be other reasons that they are aware of. Other than that, while I was watching, I have noticed some of the mistakes that shouldn't have happened. But again, in general, here is what I feel. Regarding DYZ and regarding FBI, first thing I wanted to talk about is that both of these alliances are freaking strong. They are literally freaking strong, and they are not to be joked with. Okay, but here is one thing. Now, DYZ is used to lose, and don't get me wrong. I do not mean any offense in here, but in fact, if you are someone who is used to lose, this means you are more capable mentally in general. Okay, it's not the same as someone who is used to winning. When you are losing, you are usually getting more frustrated. So when it comes to the mental thing, I believe DYZ was more prepared, because if you paid attention, they thought they are going to win in first SVS, but they ended up losing, and then on the second SVS, they were winning massively on the round one, and then all of a sudden, in general, in round two, they started losing. So what I'm trying to say here is they, as a team, they used to lose more than FBI. Believe it or not, I believe this is one of the big factors when it comes to the mental, regardless of the power of the both alliances. I will come to that later. Okay, so I think when it comes to the mentally prepared, nobody did expect anything from DYZ. I mean, when I checked the score, everyone can see it through the game. They will see that DYZ has 8% only chance of winning, so people didn't even have faith on them, while FBI, they are having more than 90%. So while this looks like good in paper, but believe me, it's not, because it adds extra pressure on these players. Like FBI had this extra pressure when everyone anticipates that FBI is going to be the monsters, they're going to be the winners, blah blah blah, and everything, and it is not fair. I mean, both of the teams are equal when it comes to power. Maybe there are some extra power when it comes to the solo matches and DYZ, but there are extra strategic elements in FBI, etc. Again, guys, this is my only opinion, and I'm only trying to review the match. Of course, everyone's opinion is for himself. I'm only trying to explain the way I am as one of the top alliances, one of the top players in the game. How would I feel if I were in any of these guys' position? So we started the match already, and we have noticed the following: that both of the teams, they had all of their 30. So which means the following: that there was no backups. That was the full roster of the game. So it means whether someone else was using the account or not, but this clearly means that the 30 players of FBI and the 30 players of the roster of DYZ, they both joined. There was no backups at all. Now we can see at the start the following. Okay, so they started the match by rushing into both areas for the WTC1 and WTC2, and both of them actually will end up taking of the first occupation. So it wasn't in favor of anyone, but if we could say it was slightly in favor of DYZ, since they managed to take 2 buildings, and it was less favor in FBI because they only managed to take WTC 1. So going back to the game, specifically at this point, we see that the score itself is not like big deal. 6,000 points, you're already going to get that 6,000 points from the first occupation itself, and a couple of occupations from solar, plus a couple of minutes will eventually lead to you having an 8k. 8k is not major. At this point, there was only 1 alliance who have taken 1 occupation, but still another occupation of the WTC remains. The first thing that I have seen here, see, they already did manage to take WTC2 by the first 9 minutes, so there was not really any decent difference. And keep in mind something, both of these alliances, they can only gain points mostly from reoccupying the buildings. Like DYZ will get more points from reoccupying the building, FBI would do the same. That is basically the only source of you getting a safe water. Otherwise, you are going to accumulate water, and we know about the water, but looks like it didn't even matter. It didn't exist much this match. There wasn't really any big numbers, even though it's the first 9 minutes, and nobody did dare to try to take any of the small buildings, because both of the teams, they do respect each other's power, and they know that splitting resources is not really in favor of anyone but for the one who is going to split the resource himself. And so far, as you can see, if you paid attention for the live match, nobody could actually kick 13 cats at all. While on the other hand, in WTC2, it was back and forth with Lucifer, Alex, and I believe someone else. I think Troll. I'm not really sure if it was Troll or someone else, but it was back and forth. But on the other hand, in WTC1, I have seen here that 13 cats was the only one who was actually capable of taking these buildings. So I'm not sure why 13 cats was even in the WTC1. If I was FBI at this stage, I would have moved 13 cats into the solar, since he is one of the strongest, and that hardly getting beaten by the couple of those rallies. I mean, in solar there was Ruby, while in WTC1 there was Dare, and Dare did not look like stronger than 13 cats. I mean, early on. I mean, for the first 10 minutes I would have done this, regardless of the result of the center later on. But I'm talking about the first 10 minutes when 13 cats could not let get kicked out of WTC1. I mean, why? Why didn't you trade buildings with them? Why didn't you weaken, for example, your WTC1 and allow DYZ to attack you and then take back the buildings, since you are really way stronger? And why didn't you move 13 cats into a solar? That would have been something I would have done during a match like this, when it is when because these rally leaders are the keys, especially in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes before the tanks. So I would have thought, like, why would you do that? Why IDI here in the solar, again, flipping with Ruby, I believe. I'm not really sure, but I think so. It was him and her. And it was back and forth with both of the alliances. There was nothing major happening, and there was no critical moment. So, as an FBI player, FBI leadership, I would have moved a rally leader into a solar station. There is nothing critical, there is no stress, but you know already your weak areas and strong areas. Okay, Lucifer, again, Alex was enough to kick him from the WTC, but nobody was capable of kicking 13 cats. So why didn't you just move 13 cats into solar and started flipping the buildings again, since you have already a rally leader who is able to kick Lucifer, and you have another rally leaders who can go back and forth with Leo. So this was really surprising thing for me, that nobody even adjusted the plan during the match. We move a little bit more, you can see they have attacked again the WTC, which literally proves my point that they had rally leaders who were capable. Had a rally leader who was already capable of kicking Lucifer from WTC. So why didn't you just flip WTC? I mean, switch, like move Cat into Solar, and maybe put Alex here. I mean, if Alex manages to kick Lucifer is their strongest as far as I believe. Why didn't you just move Alex into WTC1 while moving, what do you call, Cat? Kept Cat in Solar, since Cat is capable of defending, and then just kept on flipping buildings and build up some momentum early on with some safe score. But again, this is not the most critical problem that I have seen. But as you can see, Solar triple rally, 4 rallies here. That was the only time they actually did manage to flip. Let me see. And it was a solo attack, by the way. Here, see this. At this moment here, let me just wait a little bit. They managed to flip the WTC1 here by a solo, which means the rally itself failed. Look guys, when a rally fails, okay, and solo takes it out, usually this is because there was literally no follow-up marches. Now follow-up marches means a solo can just kick you out, you know, because I do not think a solo is faster. Solo is usually, so yeah, it is faster, right? But again, it would have been fine if you just decided to send some solo-up marches to refill the rally just before they hit or while they are hitting. Like this, you could have adjusted. I mean, there is no stress on the first 20 minutes. There's no tanks. You are all focused on these buildings, so I'm not sure why this has not been done, because it has been taken by a solo, and it has been taken back by another solo, and another time it has been taken back by a Leon, which is another solo. So you had all the time in the world actually to counter this. Again, I believe they are going to start a rally here, because DYZ is never going to get the WTC1 until, see, Dare's there, and they're never even going to get the occupation until literally centers open up. They had a double attack on WTC1 and WTC2, and I believe both of them still going to fail. What see, in the WTC1 already the Cat has taken it back, and on the WTC2 I think it's gonna happen soon. Yeah, look, where here there was 1 minute 5 seconds left in WTC1. As you can see, the timer is 46 minutes, which means there is only 1 minute 10 seconds left for the center. But I do not see any preparation from DYZ. Look here, look, I want you to pay attention here, because this is a critical major mistake they have done. 13 cats is their strongest, we know that, right, in FBI. There is a 15 seconds here until WTC1 gets controlled, but on the timer up there it shows you have 1 minute and 6 seconds left for you before the center opens. So this means you had 16 seconds to prepare and go for the center and be there. But again, see what would happen. Here. Yeah, here, by the way, they have flipped Alex. Alex did flip Lucifer, and we are still in this critical 1 minute in which the biggest major mistake FBI is going to make. Now, see, everything looks blue, everything is in the hands of FBI so far. There are 13 seconds left, and there are 29 seconds left for you to be in the center. You had enough time to prepare and go for the center. Now, see what will happen. See, that's the 22 seconds. I want to show you this moment, which actually going to flip the game forever for them. So, they have taken, they've taken WTC1, which again pushes the difference into even further. And Lucifer is still not even paying attention to center, and there are literally 13 seconds. You see this moment in which 13 Cat had all the time, FBI had all the time to be in the center. So I'm surprised why nobody went. See, first member there is DYZ, Second member is another DYZ. Third member is DYZ. And literally, I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. Like, 3 members already from DYZ went to the center, and none of the rally leaders who is supposed to be taking center or 13 cats from FBI is not in the center, not in the center at all. Look at this. So do you expect to send a march from all the way and be faster than them? Doesn't make any sense. Look. What is this? You were the first. You were the first there. So I'm really surprised why no more attention has been paid in this area. Why? Obviously, doing such mistake here costed them the comeback, the first comeback, and removed all the leads they have. See, they even left. Yeah, you left Mushroom now. You could have left Mushroom early on, within those 13 seconds. You had been there. Even Lucifer is busy. So you had it, and you are someone who's capable of beating Dayor easily in WTC1. But the thing that you did not pay attention for is being there inside. That's one. Another thing is that you should have known that center rally is not going to be the same. What do I mean by that? I mean, obviously, they are going to send all their strongest rally leader in the center. Yeah, and another problem is, yeah, here another problem that I have seen during the live stream. You left Mutation Factory. For what reason? You leave Mutation Factory. Mutation Factory. Yeah, I know Div Compound is good, but Div Compound usually the weaker teams are the teams that take Div Compound, because Div Compound debuffs the air buildings that you wanted to get debuffed. But the MF, the Mutation Factory itself, gives you the damage and reduction. So I'm a bit surprised about the order of priorities and them ignoring the MF. So again, let us move a little bit forward. 15 seconds. See here, I'm not sure. I don't remember if they have taken this or not. But I think the first rally might have kicked there, or it bounced. I'm gonna see now, since it's already recorded. And it looks like it bounced. Yeah, it bounced. And this is something they did not anticipate. They said since FBI 13 Cats has already managed to kick Dayor, then he cannot kick him again. But you need to know something, that WTC1 did not have the best of DYZ, because they were WTC1 team. Obviously, if you are going to the center, you should know that every rally leader from DYZ team is going to be in the center. So this rally should have been the best rally you have. And I do not understand why nobody was using cannons. Cannons is like more than 100 and extra lethality. I would have swapped rally, book, used night talents, blah blah blah, everything, put my best rally leaders, my best joiners into the rally, because it's center. This alone made DYZ catch up. And believe me, if I were in FBI's shoes this time, this would have been my first critical mental hit, because it scares the fuck out of me. Because after that, FBI is going to crumble. You see? I think Solar has been ignored for some time. Yeah, Solar has been ignored for some time, and they went back again trying to take the buildings, while the enemy, which is DYZ, is having the Solar. Look, the Solar has not been taken. Let me go back in time. Look, did you see? Full minute and Solar still existed. Again, I'm gonna fast forward to see when they are going to actually take back Solar. Like, how come you ignore the Solar during the most critical time? The first 24 minutes is where you get and build up some safe water. But look how many minutes until the Solar actually gets knocked. And all your focus was in the center. For what reason? For what reason? I don't really get it why Solar has not been taken. Look, if you decided to take Solar first, if you have taken the Solar first, then you went back into the center, taken the center back again, while having the Solar, this would have been guaranteed. But I even believe they wouldn't have been able to take center. I'm not really sure if my memory serves me, but I'm gonna check back again. Okay, so they flipped solar finally, but after literally 5 minutes of DYZ having the solar. Just look at the amount of safe water DYZ manages to build here. They have 24k lead, in most of them is even safe water. Here, 20 seconds left. This actually might be the first time they take the center. Let's see. 10 seconds, 9. I think they will take it. I'm not really sure. Yes, they have taken the center. Okay, so they have taken the center. The equation, it wasn't even clear. I didn't pay attention to it. See the points. Let's go back. Yes, so they have taken the center, and if there was a little bit faster with the solar marches, they would have lost it. So I really don't know why would you even put yourself in a situation that is very frustrating, stressful, and risky. Now there is literally 1 minute. You had 1 minute left. This 1 minute left is for you to make rallies, to make counter rallies, to take solar back, to take WTCs back, and then you should have focused more on the tanks. We can move forward and see the tanks. Look, so far without any tanks, guys, without any tanks, they have built up 23,000 K lead, while FBI had early on. FBI did had early on here. Let me show you. They did have a lead. They did have a lead of yeah. Look, they did have a lead of 11k. So technically they are down by like 40k or something. Again, while early stage of the tanks, this is the early stage of the tanks, they are still by the lead by almost 30k, trying to take the buildings again while not owning the solar. I don't understand this really. But again, what happened has happened already, but I believe there was some sort of ways to catch up. At this stage it was almost the same, but from that, look, at every single stage of the time there was a way to come back. There was always a way. I mean, look at the water they have here in FBI. They always did manage to take up water, but if these small mistakes did not happen early on, it would have been almost tie or in favor of FBI. But DYZ did not allow any problems. I mean, I want you to see this moment at 26 minutes. I want you to see this moment. By this time exactly, taking WTC1 itself would have almost equalized the score and flipped the stress. But as far as I have seen, there was so much retention on the tanks, and everyone ignored the outer buildings. If you are following a strategy for so much time, and this is something me and Vega talked about during the stream, if you are following a specific strategy and it did not work, when are you going to try something new? If I were in their position, I mean, you guys have watched the Val match versus HFC. HFC were smarter. They won. They did a strategy which we never anticipated or used to. They have taken all the buildings. There was 26 minutes. Why didn't you flip WTC1 and taken all the buildings? Why? You have taken solar back, I believe, but they just ignored it. Yeah, you had to see at this moment, if you just have touched every single building of the solar, like you own the solar, they attacked center, you are going to waste a single minute and 20 seconds to re-rally back the center, or you would have taken like 20k lead by taking all the outer buildings. Not only that, and flipping the WTC. This would have been our strategy if whatever we tried did not work. But they went literally by the book. Nothing changed. It was here. Let me see if look at this stage. We are still at the same. the same issue. Look how much control points they had. I mean, if DYZ were too much on the water, they are too much in both of the buildings, and you had solar a minute ago. Why didn't you just send, look, 3k, 6k, 9k, 12k, 13k? That's 13k points for you, and more water. Look, you didn't. You have had nobody on the water tanks. Look at this stage. You had nobody, and look. There are 6 players inside WTC1. There are 9 players inside WTC2. There are 10 fucking players inside the center. There are 7 players in solar, and they are on tanks. So why didn't you just go into the outer buildings and take in all of these outer buildings? This eventually, the slow rate of ignoring the real problem, as you can see, it is going to stack up and lead up to this stage. Like literally, I do not think the gameplay would change during this time. And yes, I understand one thing. I understand that what do you call? Let me see here at one of the here, as you can see here at this stage. Again, the same problem. It looks dominant, more dominant by red, even though red is technically spending more resources. And look at the time in which FBI decided to control. It was already too late. And that's what actually I believe could have changed. At the same time, I know that some solo marshes of DYZ is strong, but I do not think this is an excuse for an equal team. I think they would, if they decided to do a new strategy, not just follow the book, they would have had better chance. Again, guys, just this is the game. By the end of the day, you win and you lose, and you learn from it. Nobody is invincible. Everyone loses, but those who are actually, I believe, those who lose will learn more experience than the winners. Anyway, it was nice match. It was unexpected by more than 1,200 votes. All votes in favor of FBI, but again, well done. Good game for both of the teams. Again, guys, I hope nobody gets angry over my review. It's just a review, and I think it would have been easily avoided. I mean, if you are not going to try, when are you going to try during these matches? This is not an SVS in which you can take a breath and change whatever the shit you have done. A good player usually adjusts during the match itself. Again, good luck to you, FBI. Don't worry. And congratulations again to DYZ. You've done an amazing job. And there will be another SVS soon between DYZ and FBI. I hope I did not annoy you guys with a lot of my talks, but just I wanted to review the match because it's going to be the last match we are going to ever have between 2 major alliances such as these in the long run. I mean, it's gonna take another maybe 5 months or 6 months until the next Doomsday. So until that time, this is the only match which we can actually review and see what went wrong. So that's it, guys, and have a wonderful day. Again, thank you so much, and I hope I did not offend anybody with my review, but that's what I strongly believe could have been made during these matches. See you guys, and have a wonderful day.